No, they can't.
Can you hear us now?
Now they should be able to hear us.
Can you hear us now? What about now?
How is everybody doing? Welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. And we talk about various keto topics. And then every Monday, we sit down on the couch for Keto on the Couch. We're just going to talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook.
Which is twocrazyketos.com. And that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week. So make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon. And that way, every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted.
I just realized why they weren't seeing that other thing. It's just because there's an extra green screen on down there. We
just keep them around. Extras, you never know.
We have a bunch of extra green screens.
Never know when you're going to need a green screen. Just pull it right out. Throw it out there. How are you guys doing? It's Thursday.
How is everybody doing?
How is it Thursday? How?
I feel like the time is just like flying by now.
I
can't believe it's June.
That's not even a thing. That can't be right.
Like, we're almost to Christmas. We're almost to Christmas.
Merry Christmas. See, I'm just about ready to be able to use my paper plates. I've been using them, but it's all been a practice run.
Let's say hello to everyone who's here real quick. Irene is here. Lisa's here.
Hello.
Keto Banger, which is Steph's new handle.
How cool is that?
Jerry and Patty are here. Let's see.
Were you a headbanger?
Karen, no. Karen is here. Confident
Not a mosh
Fit
pit
Mom
guy?
is here. She said, I just made a hot chocolate with a scoop of perfect keto collagen and a third of a scoop of chocolate peanut butter keto chow. Yeah, that would be delicious.
Why am I not drinking that right now?
Let's see. Lynn is here.
Hello.
Callie Bama is here.
Callie Bama.
Emily is here. Debbie is here.
Hi, Debbie.
She said, hi, my favorite peeps. Live again. I'm watching you as I lay down battling a harsh round of keto flu. Thank you for your dedication for helping us along in this lifestyle. You're so appreciated.
You're appreciated. Well, my goodness, that's tough. I'm sorry.
Shauna is here.
Hi, Shauna.
Krista is here.
Hey, Krista.
Lion Girl is here.
Hello,
Greg
Lion
is
Girl.
here.
Hey, Greg.
Oh, Keith is here. Said, oh man, I fell asleep sitting here on the couch. Good thing I woke in time not to miss anything.
Aww. Where is your favorite place to nap?
My bed.
Really?
My bed.
You're a bed napper.
I'm a bed napper.
I'm going to tell you, the recliner in my she shed provides the perfect positioning for a nap. Where is your favorite place to nap? Blaine, Serious Keto just posted his keto chow review for his channel members.
That'll come up automatically.
Oh, awesome. I highly recommend it. I think you'll love it. Well, I'm excited. It's a good. Is it about caramel
not channel members. So.
Is it about caramel macchiato? Was it good? Did he like it?
Chris said, thank you very much, Blaine, for the $5 super chat.
Thank you so much.
Chris said, I think Miriam isn't on yet. She was driving the kids around.
Mom taxiing, it's a thing. I think that you should get, credit with Uber. I think you, as a mom taxier, I think you should be able to, cash in your credit at other places.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Brianna said, I'm going to run a 5K with my hubby, so I will not be commenting, but I will be listening.
Oh my gracious. I'm so excited for you. That is incredible.
That is really awesome.
Okay, hashtag couple goals, because we have not even ran a 5K together.
I have no intentions on running a 5K
either. I might want to.
Yeah, okay.
There was a comedian which I felt because Michelle, our daughter-in-law, has run 2 half marathons.
Yes.
All right. And I remember there was a comedian that was half congratulations because of the fact that it's not a full marathon. But I have yet to do even the half marathon.
It's 13 miles.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That is a lot.
We won't be doing that.
I need to work myself up to it. Don't you think?
Older Pennsylvanian said, having my first root beer float this evening when I opened the packet reminded me of root beer barrels my grandma always had.
How nice. We used to get root beer made in the Amish country when we would go to Pennsylvania. We used to buy the extract and make
our own with gobs of sugar.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but you could get it there and they'd already have it made.
Yeah. Angie said, Rachel, your hair is beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you. I think it's time for a cut because it's starting to become it just grows out. My hair just grows out. What is your trouble with your hair? Grows out like that?
I don't have any problems.
Very
with my hair.
unmanageable.
Yeah. Renee said, I got home right when the bottom dropped. Hounds are terrified of thunder.
No.
Well,
yeah,
that stinks.
Tab usually just like goes and stays in her cage. She thinks everything is safe in her cage.
James said, Serious Keto did a Keto Chow review today. The two of you get a positive shout out.
Oh, thank goodness,
Well,
right? You don't want it to be like a flavor he would hate.
Yeah.
Or something. So, I'm so glad. Thank you.
Adela said, I like to nap in a zero gravity chair outside, recliner on the inside.
Ooh, I've never been in those zero gravity chairs.
Well, you have your a hammock
hammock
chair. It's the same kind of thing.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That seems
Diana
cooler.
said porch swing makes for a great
Oh,
nap.
yes, a porch swing. Oh my gosh. We need to hang one of those. It's like the front of our house is not, like, there isn't a lot of areas to hang stuff.
Right.
Some places are just got like the perfect wraparound porch.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, if you don't have a porch swing, it's a crime.
Mm-hmm.
But ours isn't built like that.
So Chris said he hasn't seen the review yet. There was no preview and no control over the review. He did say that he liked it in the email and that it was coming out soon.
Awesome.
Keto Banger said, sorry, back woman that handles the hiring at a new job was texting. She's setting me up to be fingerprinted.
Ooh.
She's going to make contact with me again in the morning.
Yay! Congratulations. I'm so excited for you.
Blue Dove says I don't nap, at least intentionally, but sometimes I pass out in the chair with a warm pupper lays on me if I'm sleeping.
Man, I am looking for excuses to nap. It's always like there's no permission slip when you become an adult. There's always like work you could be doing and like I'm sloughing off by napping. But I love me a nap. If I could go back in time, that is definitely something that I would tell to younger Rachel. Like, stop trying to fight your mom about a nap. You're going to want this nap later. Just take it. Just take it when you can get it.
Adela said, when our daughter wants to carry us to carry her, we always say, do you want an Uber ride?
Oh, how cute is that?
Jerry said he did a half marathon in 2009.
Wow.
PF Chang's here in Phoenix. I completed it in 3 hours and 30 minutes. Lots of walking and running. Wasn't fast, but I completed it and I got the medal.
Jerry, that is amazing. I have totally not done that at all. And I can't even imagine how long it would take me.
Yeah.
3 hours seems actually really good.
Well, it's like a half hour free for walking.
I know.
Like a couple of miles. Right? What are you doing? 5 miles per hour, right?
5, yeah. But that's not enough.
No.
Like, I need to speed it up.
Linda said, I usually fall asleep at the computer with my nose putting too many X's on the screen.
Have you ever fallen asleep on your computer?
I've fallen asleep at my desk, like actually
touching.
typing.
Yes, yeah. Where like you wake up and then like there's semicolons across the thing. I have done that before.
He said I like to nap while I'm driving.
Oh, Survivor home game. No, that is not a good plan. Definitely want to stay alert.
Yes. Keto Craft, best place to nap is the Hall of Presidents at Disney World.
You are so
I think I've slept through every time I've ever been to that.
Well, I always drag you to it because I just am so moved by it. Like, I love it so hard. And the kids are always like, but it's an easy thing to convince the family to go into, particularly in the summer months.
Because it's so hot out.
It is so much colder in the Hall of Presidents. And yeah, so they can all go to sleep and I will watch it.
Shauna said, my mom has this great overstuffed chair. Ooh. I love naps in it. Thankfully, mom doesn't mind when I come to visit and then nap.
So I love to stay, like, in my mom's couch, the same thing. There's something magical about my parents' furniture. Mm-hmm. Like, if it's in my mom's house, it just feels better. Like, she has a, hammock that she keeps on her back porch. I've had hammocks. Her hammock sleeps better than my hammock.
Better. Yeah.
It's just a magical place.
Chris said you need a properly reinforced roof to hold up a porch swing. Otherwise, it's going to ruin the beams. Otherwise, get a freestanding one with a floor frame and put it wherever you want.
That's good. My grandparents had like an A-frame one that they did set in the yard. And he actually trained a squirrel in the neighborhood to like go down the beam into his pocket, take out a nut, and like he trained a squirrel. I'm just wasting my time.
He said he has the porch swing argument with Miriam all the time. I win every time, but she still asks a few months if we can have one.
You know what else I want? A wishing well. There was somebody in the neighborhood that had a little wishing well in their front yard, and I thought that was super cute. Wishing well.
Amy said my naps are usually 3 hours long.
Oh, man, I want a 3-hour nap. So, usually mine are 25 minutes long, and I wake up not knowing where I am. I'm like, where am I?
I'm not a big napper because...
Who am I?
If I wake up before it's time,
you're just
I'm usually
ticked.
worse. Yeah. Renee said my fastest half marathon was 1 hour and 51 minutes. Fastest full marathon was 3:54. But then once I started Ironman stuff, speed flew out the window.
What? Oh my gosh! How do you do a full marathon in under 4 hours? That is a lot. I don't even think I could drive that fast.
He said I've fallen asleep while standing up playing bass guitar.
How cute. Okay, I'm trying to think of where's the weirdest thing. Anthony always will curl himself up into a ball. He will sitting up, but he has gone to sleep in very weird positions.
Oh yeah, we have pictures of him like in boxes.
Yeah, like all crumbled up and like, yeah.
If Rachel wasn't gonna kill me, I would probably go through my photos and find.
Yeah, don't do that. Like, but maybe we can find one for Sunday.
Everly said, I found overnights I can't nap. I work overnights I can't nap. Once I'm up, I'm up. I try napping, I just end up laying there, so I just try to get up.
The only time that I cannot go to sleep is when I'm laying there really late at night, going, "Go to sleep, Rachel."
Yeah.
Go to sleep,
that's
Rachel.
the worst for me. Now I'm just up.
Now it's like, and you look over at the clock. Do you do that thing where you're like, okay, if I go to sleep right now, I've got 6 hours. If I go to sleep right now, I've got 5 hours.
6 hours. I'd love that.
Go to sleep right now.
Greg said, I used to nap when I was working, but I'm retired now, and I don't have time to nap.
Ooh, and last week I fell asleep. I asked her later. Guess what? No snoring. That's got to be good. Okay, that has been a huge non-scale victory in our family. Unless we are really tired, we don't really snore anymore. And it used to be like frightening.
Shona, thank you very much for the $15 super chat. It said, I love our topic is marathons and naps.
We need to combine them for a marathon nap, don't you think? A marathon nap. Who can sleep the longest? I'm in.
You definitely would win that.
I think I would win. I really feel like I would.
Yeah.
Now, you have to have, everything has to go together. I need total darkness. Mm-hmm. You almost need the TV on.
I need the TV on to go to sleep. And if I wake up in the middle of the night and the TV's off, I have to turn it back on to go back to sleep.
I really need total darkness to the point where I have will sleep with a sock on my eyeballs.
Yeah. You have done that with me.
I have, because it's like I can't go to sleep and I know he can't go to sleep without the TV.
Right.
But I want total darkness and I want it really cold.
Okay, so Chris said, I fell asleep during a root canal shortly after having one of the sets of twins were born.
Were you just so tired from the twin life?
Okay, Leanne said, NASCAR on TV, best news. No, I beat
golf.
you. Golf.
Golf. I have slept hard in a golf match.
I love playing golf, but I never understood people who watch golf.
I don't understand that.
What was the movie we watched last night? It was actually a really good movie. Wimbledon, right?
Wimbledon. That was not golf. That was tennis.
It was a pretty good movie. But it brings up the fact that I don't understand sitting there watching tennis either. Just
there are.
I know I'm gonna get crap for that, but
lately we have been watching so many old retro movies that have very famous people in them. We watched Chain Reaction with Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman, and there were a whole bunch of characters in there that were playing nobody parts, a delivery man part.
Right.
But it was but they're famous actors. And then last night with Wimbledon, there's a whole bunch of famous actors.
It was a decent movie.
Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones is in that movie as a nobody character. I'm like, what?
Serena said, not to be crass, but I fell asleep on the floor once and my boob fell asleep.
Oh.
Pain.
My foot falling asleep will really disturb me. I have a hard time with that. My feet will fall asleep.
Joe fell asleep lobstering in Marathon. I was being pulled behind a boat snorkeling and I still held onto the rope. It was a weird one.
Were you dreaming of lobsters? Did you catch any? That's wild. Where's the weirdest? I don't know if I can top that.
I don't know.
The kids have fallen asleep in their food before. Anthony has.
Yes. Linda said we were on a ride in It's a Small World that broke down for an hour. Yikes.
I feel like I could go to sleep in there. If you get me in the right, where it's not too loud. Sometimes, I couldn't be at the ending scene where there's, a billion kids singing It's a Small World. But when it's, the little
Yeah.
And they're singing it softly.
Jamie said, I've done a 2KK marathon on YouTube.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. I've done that. We've done that.
Yes.
I have marathoned that.
You marathon watching us?
I have marathon watching us to it was a cringe fest for Halloween.
Karen said, I fell asleep once standing on a train coming down a mountain. I was snoring at my friend started laughing.
Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so the competition I feel is still out. Who has had the weirdest sleep experience?
Jerry said, I love the sleeveless meathead shirt, so I ordered 2 more. That pic Patty took of me totally inspired me, and I've been on cloud 9 since Monday.
I'm so proud of you.
Awesome. Okay, so by the way, the meathead shirts, and then people do message us all the time, like, what are the meathead shirts? Those are available to our Patreons. There's a link in our Patreon page for Patreon members who want to purchase them. But we're going to do a live stream or Zoom.
I think it should be Zoom. We haven't done Zoom.
I don't know. It's like 50-50. People like Zoom, don't like Zoom. But we're going to do that
Zoom.
Saturday at 5 p.m.
No,
right?
no.
What?
It'll have to be like at 2. We got the groundbreaking
That's
at
Sunday.
5 on Sunday.
That's
You're going to do it on Saturday.
That's
Saturday, yes,
at
it's
5
fine.
p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to. We have a groundbreaking at church. We're actually like
For the second part of the building.
the second part of the building, which I'm super excited about because then everything that is existing now becomes kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, don't sit in that chair. That's kids ministry chair.
So Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to do either a live stream or a Zoom. I guess we'll make our decision later tonight.
Zoom.
For all of our Patreon members. So make sure you're looking in Patreon and signed up for notifications on Patreon because the link and everything will be in there sometime tomorrow along with Rachel's
Fearless Friday
post. Keto Banger said, I can't nap unless I'm sick. Otherwise, I wake up and I'm stay tired until bedtime. That's me.
Does it tick you off when you nap?
Yeah, I don't
makes
like
you
if
upset?
if I wake up early, now I'm just angry. And I'm tired and I have a headache.
Aww.
And so it's like it's like a lot of times I'll go to sleep. If I wake up, if it's like 3 or 4 in the morning, I'm like, I need to go to bed, but I got to get up an hour or 2 hours later. I've been known to I'm not going to bed. Especially if we're doing something like, usually when we were like going to Universal or Disney or even like on a New York trip.
Yeah.
And like I'm busy and like now I get so excited about things. I can't sleep, and then I'm like, since we're getting up at 5 a.m., I'm just not going to sleep because I'm just going to be cranky at 5 a.m. And I'm going to have a headache.
I go pretty hard for pretty long, and then one day just springs up, and it's like my batteries need changing, and there's no negotiation with it, right? Like, It's just, I come home one day, and it's like, I'm going to sleep, and then, like, I wake up 12 hours later.
Mary said, I thought I was the only one who needed the TV on to sleep. I need it on.
Yeah.
I need it on to fall asleep. I need that noise, and it kind of gets me to fall asleep.
At least
and
our
if
TV
Rachel
turns
say,
off.
like, turn off the TV, and she's like, I just need to go to bed tonight. Can you just turn off the TV? I will lay there tossing and turning for an hour, and finally I'm just like, now I'm going to go work on the computer. I just cannot do it.
He can't do it.
Keto Crafter said, if I nap, I like to put on ocean sounds.
Ooh, that's nice.
Okay, Joe beat everybody. Fell asleep at a Van Halen concert while standing.
How?
I was working 16 hours a day, 7 days a week at the time.
Okay, that makes total sense. But that would, like, that's the level it would take, right? To fall asleep at a Van Halen concert, like, please. Right?
Shelly said we have blackout curtains and I cover all the lights with black tape.
I am all about blackout curtains. We
Yeah.
have that everywhere, but that's for sun here in Florida. Even with like special windows that are supposed to block out the sun a little bit, you're still letting in a lot of heat.
Blaine said if we have a napping competition, can I enter via proxy? I'll have my nephew sleep for me. He does days at a time.
Our kids can sleep like in their like early 20s. They could sleep till like 10, 11, but not like I could sleep in my 20s. I could sleep until 1 or 2 p.m. So take that.
Diana said once
this
did
generation.
The Biggest Loser 3K. I finished and I wasn't last.
Wow, that's awesome.
Good.
That's honestly like my goal whenever like I'm involved in any kind of fitness challenge where I'm like with a group of people. It's and I've done stuff with work before, and I'm just like, dear Jesus, don't let me be last. I just don't want to be last. Like, is there any way that, like, we could have someone that's more out of shape than me, like, join this competition at the end?
April said, I'm watching the older Parent Trap, and I've forgotten how much I love it. Thanks for the suggestion.
I'm so glad. Well, we were looking, so our next movie that we're dealing with that starts tomorrow is Ernest Goes to Camp, and I know that is kind of difficult to find some of these movies.
We kind of messed on that one.
So Ernest Goes to Camp, don't worry. If you can't find Ernest Goes to Camp, watch any of the Ernest movies, because what we will be talking about when we have like our pop-in live stream will be fine no matter what Ernest movie.
Kind of funny you can find every Ernest movie except for that Ernest Goes to Camp.
I'm sure there's something in there that's weird, but like, yeah, any Ernest movie will do.
Denise said, yes, TV on. Would love 8 hours sleep through. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Tried all dark and no TV. Cannot do it.
Isn't that weird? Now, once I get to sleep, good luck waking me up. Like, once I'm actually I've fallen asleep, I could sleep through anything.
Chris said, Joe, the area, FYI, the area where the 5K is at for Keto Palooza is an unrestricted airspace. Ooh. Means we can run drones.
Are you plotting right now?
No, it means we can fly drones. Except for it's illegal to fly drones over people.
So wait a second, are you saying
maybe my new drone will be
So while we're doing the 5K, you guys are going to fly planes? Is that what's happening?
Well, hopefully my new drone will be here by then. It takes 45 days to build. But then that one you just throw up in the air and it follows you. It just follows you. Well, 5K? Me?
So I'm going to be on this. Are we doing the 5K? I'm in it.
Me and Heath and Chris, we're all going to have a barbecue.
Well, I'm in it for the 5K.
Okay.
Renee will go.
Deb said, just wanted to share that I'm down 40 pounds since March 1st. Many downscale victories, too. Very little edema left in my leg. No shortness of breath. Brain fog gone.
That is
I'm still
awesome.
on my quest to lose, but this is the greatest.
I'm so proud of you. That is awesome. That is incredible, too. 40 pounds?
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Rhonda said, I like total darkness. I keep my eyes closed when I have to get up in the middle of the night. Before daylight hits, I put on my mask to block out early morning light.
Okay, that is brilliant. And I have totally attempted to do that also. Like, if I have to go to the bathroom, trust me, I'm like arguing with myself. Like, you don't have to go. Shut up, Rachel. You don't have to go to the bathroom. But then when you finally have to go to the bathroom, because now
that's usually my downfall.
It's on your mind. I'm like, don't hear anything, don't see anything. Just get in there and get back to bed. Very difficult to do though. That's always when you stub your toe.
Leanne wants to know, what TV shows do you sleep best to? Okay, so Rachel, it's funny, she says she needs total darkness, but she doesn't. Rachel, when she's ready to go to bed, if I'm not in the room, she turns on Blue Planet.
Blue Planet.
And she just listens to, it's like...
There's something about that guy's voice, the narrator. What is it, Richard Attenborough? Boy, I thought the Keto Crafter could like, intrigue us with reading the phone book. But this guy, I want to listen to. He puts me to sleep, apparently.
Well, for me, it's pretty much anything. So usually I pick something that Rachel doesn't want to watch.
Aw, so I don't miss anything.
And then I'm watching it, and I fall asleep, and I have to watch the same program, like, for a week straight to actually get the episode in.
Yeah, it's so bad.
But I can fall asleep to anything, and it's not going to bother me. Like, last night or 2 nights ago, I was watching Saw. I have no problem watching that to go to bed.
And going that's like me drinking coffee to go to sleep.
It doesn't bother me at all.
It's like, what? How are you going to sleep?
Jamie said nap to anything narrated by David Attenborough.
Yes. Oh my God. Is it, okay, so it's David, not Richard. David Attenborough.
I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you, that guy, his voice, he needs to just like, I don't know.
He said I had a crazy dream when I was a kid. The monster was grabbing my leg, trying to drag me across the room. I woke up to my dad shaking my legs.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever had like a weird dream of late that you can remember?
Oh, of late, no. But I still like think about the movie from the 1970s that my parents dragged me to at church.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Nightmares
Never sleep
for
again.
Years. Jerry said, I love Rachel's Patreon posts. They're so inspiring and
I love
motivating.
you, Jerry. Thank you. Renee, Joe, will the link be posted in the Patreon way before the actual event so we can find it and make sure the tech challenged goobers like me can figure it out?
If we're doing Zoom, I'll put it up tomorrow. Live streams are a little bit... I can put it in there, but you still... Like, if I figured this out with Patreon. So Patreon gives you a way to live stream in Patreon, but if you do that, the link doesn't show up until the actual event starts.
Ew.
So what we started doing now is we'll just put the link ahead of time, like tomorrow, and then you'll have to click on that and it'll take you out of Patreon over to YouTube. But if you do it within Patreon, the link doesn't show up or anything until everything starts.
I want to do Zoom
like
because
that.
I just like hearing everybody.
Okay. It's much more technologically challenging for me.
I know, but that's why I love you.
But then
Good
you
job.
get mad at me when I start like having to fiddle with the technology.
But you're gonna fiddle anyway. You're gonna fiddle anyway. That I've learned.
Rhonda said, I think the reason my twin brother and I can't nap is because our mother used to make us nap every day at 11 so she could watch The Young and the Restless or As the World Turns.
One of those soaps. Okay, so my mom, I think, watched General Hospital. I don't know if she's in here, but like she used to watch General Hospital. Did your mom have like any soaps?
No.
Or nobody had soaps in your family?
Our babysitter watched soaps. My mother never
What did
watched.
she like?
I don't remember.
Young and the Restless?
I have no idea. Jerry said I ordered Ernest Goes
All
to
my
Camp, but I
children.
won't be here until the 10th.
Oh, that's okay. If you, like I said, if you want to just watch an Ernest movie, that's okay too. Like, because I know it's challenging for people to watch. Some people have found it at different libraries and such. I don't understand why it's not easy to find. Maybe just to frustrate Rachel, probably, is the motivation.
Chris said it's not illegal to fly over people if it's under 250 grams and has protected propellers. A buddy of mine sent me that one and description for Christmas. Yes, that is a new law, but not if you're a Part 107.
So if you've gotten your pilot's license, you
Yeah.
should know better? Is that what it is?
Kind of. You're supposed to get a waiver, but now they're making it so you don't need a waiver if you have propeller guards.
I can sign your
And
permission slip.
Which I do have propeller guards on my Mini. I never put them on, but not on my other two drones. Sarita said, you are high maintenance sleepers. I need a flat surface pillow and a blanket and I'm out. That's kind of like Rachel.
That's the other thing is the pillow. We have gone back from a camping trip to go back and get our pillows because just trying to sleep without the pillows and like our specific pillows, you need one that is like flat as a pancake.
I need two
like
pillows.
flatter than a pancake.
Well, now I know I have something wrong with my neck. And so if I sleep just wrong at all, my whole arm goes numb. And first I was really worried for a long time because my hand kept going numb at night. And then I talked to a friend of mine who's a chiropractor. He's like, no. He's like, you've got a pinched nerve somewhere in your neck. Huh. And he's like, because that's why, like, sometimes, like, if I stand up, it'll go away. And it'll happen to my other arm. So I've learned I've got to have the perfect pillow. Otherwise, I start screwing my neck. And then I wake up with neck problems. But I also have to have this one that's almost like a piece of paper. That's my holding pillow.
Aw,
right?
how
I have
cute.
to have something that I'm holding because you don't want me to like hold around you. It
Don't
wakes
touch
you
me
up.
when I'm going to sleep. Don't.
Once you're asleep, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, but don't. But in order for me to go to sleep, I need to like lay perfectly still. I need my pillow, and I need a pillow underneath my leg, and it has to be a certain amount of density. And then I have to have the sheets right.
Which
the
is
sheet
not me.
has to be right. Okay, so I need the thick part of the sheet. I need it turned in like
Sometimes
the right
I'll mess
side
with
out.
her and I'll turn it upside down, and she figures it out.
I absolutely do because I need it to be right. Like he can just have the sheets on any old haphazard way.
Okay, so Denise said, have you heard of YouTubers getting ticketed or fined for using drones? Okay, so we're going to turn this into a drone channel.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, the way it works,
Make it quick.
If there is any possibility to make any money off of the footage, or if it furthers a business. So, even technically, like a church, if they use drone footage, the person who's flying it or is supposed to at least be overseen by a Part 107 pilot. And that applies to if it money can be made, or if it furthers it doesn't even have to be like a monetized
real
YouTube.
estate.
I can make all these videos non-monetized, but because we're considered a business, it's the furtherance of a business.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to have a Part 107. Now the chance of them coming after me, pretty small, but they have done it. They went after a guy. Usually it's when somebody does something
Flagrant.
stupid. So there's a YouTuber in
Disobeying
New
the
Jersey who was flying not within line of sight because the law says you must be able to see it at all times, and he was flying at night, which is all against the law. And so yeah, they went after him, and I think right now he's facing like $300,000 in fines.
I think
They started going after Casey Neistat for a while, and then
need to-
so they will, and they have the right to do it. It's more of the problem is people don't know the laws.
Well, and you need to use good sense.
Right.
Like, we were at a wedding, and there was, like, this drone that was flying over the ceremony. It was an outdoor ceremony.
And it wasn't a photographer.
And we thought for sure it was, like, they were trying to get the videographer, like, we thought it was the videographer.
Right.
And we thought, gosh, like, this is terrible. It's so low to the ground. It was very hard for us to hear the vows that were being
It ruined
exchanged.
the video.
It wasn't the videographer. It was just some random person that was like flying over and thought, well, this is cool. I'll watch this wedding and I'll get a front row seat, and was like right over the officiant and the people getting married. And I thought, what an idiot.
Right.
Why would you do that? It's so rude.
But yeah, there's a lot of different laws. Like where we live, we actually live in controlled airspace because there's an airport a couple miles away. So as a Part 107 pilot, I can fly here so long as I don't exceed 200 feet. But if you're not a Part 107, you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
Whereas I cannot fly at night without a waiver. A person who is just a recreational pilot, they can, but they have a lot more restrictions. So the Part 107 actually helps you out. You get to do more things with it, and it's not that difficult to get. But they can go after YouTubers. They're starting to, because more people are posting footage of illegal acts, and it's making it to the point now where you can't get a drone. They're trying to have more and more laws to make it, because people are doing stupid things like using them to spy on their neighbors.
You know what is not illegal?
What?
Blaine's suggestion of a black licorice keto fear factor.
That's really stupid. That's a stupid suggestion. That's a really stupid suggestion. Deb said, when I was younger, I was terrified of vampires. I had nightmares about them when I was younger. Scotty said, I tried to send you a super chat. It wouldn't go through. That's weird.
Well, thank you.
Oh, Blaine likes the Zoom idea.
Yes. I do too. I want to hear Blaine. I don't want to just like him see us. I want to see him.
Sir Richard was a great classic actor he was in the 1963 film The Great Escape, as well as Jurassic Park as John Hammond, and as well as many others.
Oh, is he the guy that's from, is that why I'm so soothed by him?
Maybe.
Because he's the Jurassic Park guy?
Yeah.
It could be. That could be it.
Let's see. Who's that? Keto Banger said, great. Now since my job just made contact with me, been getting so antsy to hear something.
Oh. Yeah, when you're getting close to like, when do you start? That's like a really difficult time, because you're just like, okay, I'm ready. Now when?
Chris said, I'll probably be wearing a tie for a Zoom call. I have a church meeting an hour after it's supposed to start.
How cute.
Danita's mom watched General Hospital. I still watch it 40 years later. Some of the characters are still the same.
That is amazing. That is amazing, right? It was like wasn't Jennifer Aniston's dad on one of these soap operas?
I didn't pay attention.
I'm pretty sure.
Blaine said, Days of Our Lives in Another World were my mom's stories.
Stories. Yes, that's exactly how my mom said it too. Like, her stories.
Jerry said Patty needs her books on tape, and she's usually asleep after the first couple of pages.
Oh, how cute. I have just really started using Audible a lot. Like, I love it.
I've always liked it.
I don't know. It really helps me when I'm trying to, like, get in my exercise.
Elizabeth said, did you find her family's herb butter recipe?
I sure did, Elizabeth, and I have like screenshotted it so that like we can make it at home.
Why does it say that we're not streaming well?
Ruh-roh.
That's kind of weird, because down here it says we're good. Stream
says
status is poor.
Sorry if we're
What
buffering.
is going on? That's kind of weird.
We have to get the person that gets the other thing.
Up there it's saying that we're buffering, but I don't see us buffering. Let us know if we're buffering.
We'll keep rolling.
We're going to go down to the bottom.
Just keep
rolling. Are we buffering? I'm down for the Zoom. Danita said I'll brush my hair this time.
Aww. Okay, me too. And you too. We'll all brush our hair.
Pluto said Joe droning on putting Shauna's to sleep.
Yep. Probably when we get the drone talk. Pat's here. Hey, family.
Blaine said, is there a law concerning shooting down obnoxious drones? Yes, it is against the law.
Is it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
It was my wedding.
Actually, if you shoot down a drone, if you shoot a gun at a drone, you are committing a terrorist act.
Really?
Yes, you are.
What if I swat it down with my man claws?
Drones fall under the jurisdiction of the FAA, and that is it. Police can't do anything to you for flying a drone. The only people who can do anything when it comes to a drone is the FAA. The police have arrested people in the past for drone flying, but it always ends up going to court or getting dropped. And when it goes to court, it gets dismissed because the only people who have jurisdiction over drones is the FAA. Now, there's certain laws where you can't launch them. For example, in Florida, you cannot fly a drone in a state park.
You can get outside of it.
But that means when they say fly a drone, it means you cannot launch it from inside of the state park because they don't own the airspace. You don't own the airspace over your house. You only own to the tallest piece that you are using. So if you have a tree on your property, the only airspace you own is to the top of that tree. Beyond that, you can legally fly over someone's house, but you cannot spy on them. You can just fly over the house. So, yeah, that's why it's the laws are weird and people don't know them. Even the police don't know them, which is what presents the problems.
So Missy says, I got a weighted blanket for Christmas. Cannot use it. I feel smothered. I enjoy it. Joe does not.
No, I like the weighted blanket. I don't like the weighted blanket on the RV because...
It's too...
No, because the way the RV is, the mattress there's a board and then there's a mattress on top and the mattress goes beyond the board. So it kind of like goes like this and then you've got a king size blanket on a queen size bed. So half of the blanket is hanging off the feet.
Too much.
And now overnight, it pulls down more and more and more. And then all night long, I'm pulling blankets back up. Plus, I don't like it pulling down on my feet. If my feet can stick out the end, I'm good.
I feel very comforted by it, especially if it's like stormy weather.
Jerry said we got our Blackstone in today. We are planning an initial cleaning, and then tomorrow we will be doing the seasoning.
Oh, that's nice. What oil do you like the best for seasoning?
I use different oils.
Yeah.
Like I will use an olive oil. Usually when I do the initial season, I'll use coconut oil, olive oil, and then sometimes I will use like a flaxseed oil.
Okay.
So, but I use different ones. Danita, thank you very much for the $4.99 super sticker.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Serena says, my grandma watched all the stories.
Lisa said, I never liked General Hospital. Many Days of Our Lives was my favorite.
Till it started
getting weird.
And it always has to get weird at some point. Like, after 50 years, like, how are they not out of storylines? It's amazing to me that they can keep it going.
Yeah,
because
I don't know how they do it.
It's been so long.
Miriam said, what church clothes Zoom are you talking about? I missed the post of the conversation. I was picking up the kids and I lost a phone from 9th grade field trip.
Oh, no.
We're going to do, I guess Rachel says it's a Zoom call.
Zoom call.
She's the boss.
Zoom.
So we're doing a Zoom call for our Patreons on Saturday at 5 p.m. Chris said, I get a kick out of people who join a live stream and complain about it. I mean, they're getting their money's worth, right?
Right, yeah. I saw somebody had thing like, this is a pathetic channel. Okay.
Nice. Oh, so Lisa said we're not buffering. It's very weird.
Good.
Now over here it says excellent channel, excellent condition. YouTube is good. No buffering. Good.
All right. Okay, well, keep going.
YouTube's funny. Sometimes it tells us that they're okay. Donald said, Joe and Rachel, since you like the mustard eggs, we sent you, would you like to try hot eggs? I hear they are spicier than jalapeno
Really?
eggs. Sounds good to me.
We are all on board because those mustard eggs are amazing. Like, I could not believe how it was an entire, like, the whole egg salad in the egg. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is cut it up. That was amazing to me.
Danita said, pretend the super sticker is an avocado and not a pear.
Aw, I actually thought it was
I thought it was too.
I thought it was an avocado.
Mike said, see, I don't want a weighted blanket. I want the lightest down blanket you can get. In the summer, I just want a sheet. So I cannot sleep with a sheet. I need a comforter. It's been very annoying the last couple days because Rachel's taken the comforter off of our bed and I don't have a comforter and I need a comforter.
Well, we have like a sheet. I have to have a sheet and then whatever is the cover on top of it.
I need a comforter.
And like, so he could go straight to comforter. I have to have sheet and comforter or sheet and blanket. I don't do well with just sheet. Even if it's hot, I
need something.
I can't. I have to have a sheet and a blanket of some sort.
Leanne said, any suggestions for a good cast iron skillet not from China? The only one I would recommend would be Loge or Le Creuset. I don't know where Loge is made. I want to think, I thought it was made in the United States, but then again, nothing's made in the United States anymore.
Maybe put together in the United States.
Adalia said, does anybody remember Passions?
Yes! Oh my gosh, I remember Passions. Yes!
Julia said, I just bought my first pork belly at Costco. It's sliced like thick bacon. How can I cook it? Make bacon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people put it up in the air fryer. You cook it up thick, put it on a Blackstone or in a frying pan. Some people bake it or roast it.
Oh my gosh, did you remember that show Soap?
Yes.
Remember? I love that show. I would have to sneak and watch it because it was kind of considered like adult programming when I was a little kid. So it was like my mom's like, you're not old enough for Soap. Billy Crystal was in Soap.
Was he really?
Yes.
Huh.
That was awesome.
Line Girl said, I fall asleep with my laptop next to me playing brown noise, which drowns out most street noises. Also I wear a sleep mask.
My brother has to have a fan. Not just an overhead fan. He has to have one of those fans that's like spitting out like, you know, like a standing fan, because it puts out a specific noise.
Right. Jerry said, on the Blackstone, I just bought the Blackstone seasoning. I was going to use vegetable oil as Todd Towen and Chef Nate said you should. One is not really better than the other. No, so you're going to get different flavorings from it. One of the things that's nice, so when you want to get that to bake in, so when you use a lot of different ones like flaxseed oils, they have a much higher smoke point, so it allows you to really get that to bake into there. But I like to change it up, so I'll usually start with a coconut oil or a flax oil, and then I'll do some olive oil because that'll add a little bit of flavoring. The key is to not overdo it. You want to put just a little bit, let it smoke off, and then do a little bit more. But if you put on too much, it will get kind of like almost cakey and sticky. You have to kind of do it over time.
What do you think
and
about
then also
bacon?
Cook a lot of bacon. Just make sure it's a bacon that doesn't have sugar in the cure, because that sometimes will end up making it like really sticky and not cure it well.
Boy, I miss Lucky's, that paleo bacon that they used to have.
But
that
we
was
make
great.
good bacon.
We do make great bacon.
Keto Crafter said, I got my first thumbs down the other day. I feel like I've achieved something.
Way to go.
Hey, we've had somebody who literally thumbs down every video the second it goes live.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, they're here. That's a lot of anger.
Lisa said, I have to have a fleece blanket to sleep with. I love the softness.
They are making blankets now that are like softer than a baby bunny. I don't know where they're even getting this material from.
Oh, Loja. Daddy said Loja is made in Tennessee.
Oh, okay. It's not Lodge. I've been saying it wrong. It's not Lodge. Isn't it like a lodge, like a hunting lodge?
Loge. Serena. Oh, okay. So here's one. I actually watched this. What about the story named Santa Barbara?
Santa Barbara.
So when I was a sophomore in high school, I ended up with some big kidney problems and stuff. Turned out I had like a double urinary tract system on one side, and because of that, I was out of school for 3 months. And I was at home. And there wasn't, you're talking about,
you had like 3 channels.
I was like 14, 15 years old. We have 3 channels. We have no cable, so it's watch what's on TV. And I did watch Santa Barbara.
Really?
I did.
It was good?
I got way into it for a while. I can even remember one of the characters' name was Cruz. He's on all the Spanish channels. Like, if you go back, I forget his name. Yeah, I forget his name, what the actor's name was. But he played this guy. His character was Cruz. That whoever that was
he
Serena's
awesome?
gonna remember that. Let's see. Keto Banger said, my first daytime soap was Young and the Restless. Nighttime was Dallas and Knotsland.
We were all about, my mom was like all about Dallas. We knew, do not like crowd her when she's trying to watch Dallas. For a while, she watched Dynasty, but she was like, this is preposterous. Like, there was something about it that she was just like, I don't...
They're all preposterous.
Well, I don't know. Dallas seems like plausible.
For my boys said I ignored the thumbs down. Here's the cool part when people do thumbs down, what they don't realize, you're still helping the channel.
Yep.
So
it's interaction.
You're still helping the channel. I mean, I shouldn't say this, but if you don't want to help the channel, the best thing you can do is don't comment, don't hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
But they just got it.
But what YouTube cares about is interaction.
Right.
So if you leave a comment, if you hit the like or the dislike button, that counts with YouTube.
Yeah.
So, like, that's fine. Rhonda said, I've noticed that there are people that thumbs down a live before it even began. They thumbs down the reminder. I don't understand. What's the point?
Just like angry. They just something that they didn't like. They could. I mean, you just never even know what's gonna set somebody off.
I don't know why that one's not popping up automatically. So now I gotta go all the way back to the top here.
I used to like.
There it is. Blaine, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. It said I bought a secondhand
Blaine.
Blackstone tailgater. Should I strip it down and start over? Yes.
Yeah.
Strip it down. You can use steel wool. I actually put a thing on my drill and strip it down that way, and then just start from fresh.
Is it scary?
No.
When you're like just.
It's steel. It's not.
What color does it turn when you've stripped? When you know you've stripped?
Like a silverish black.
When it gets all the way down.
Just get all the rust off. That's all you want.
That's a good deal, though.
Let's see.
I feel like those tailgater is like a really good size.
I like the tailgater one.
Me too.
I also like the new one that has a deep fryer in it, except for I would never use that because we don't deep fry.
But that's really cool that you can get all that outside, though.
Yeah. Yeah, because the last thing you want to do is deep fry anything in your house. Let's see. Trying to go back to where I were.
Santa Barbara.
There's the $5 super chat. Shelly said, I've heard any thumbs down still helps channels because it shows interaction.
It does.
Yep. Keto Crafter said, I used to watch Dallas and Knots Landing.
Did you? I liked that movie. Was it Soap or Soap Dish? The one with Sally Field and Robert Downey Jr. and Kathy Moriarty.
I don't know.
That was a good. Yeah, it was a movie with Kevin Kline. It's good.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, you would totally remember it if you saw it.
You're actually caught up. Jerry said in the 1970s, we'd come home from school and my mom was addicted to NBC soaps. Days of Our Lives, The Doctors, Another World,
Days of
and
Our Lives.
Somerset.
Yes.
Another World spinoff.
Somerset. I remember that. That's hilarious. Like, I always got into more of like the crime dramas versus like, you know, like during the middle of the day, that's when you'd have like all the reruns of Matlock. If we were sick, that's what I was watching. Angela Lansbury and Murder, She Wrote.
I mean, we didn't have all those things when I was a kid.
Pretty much, if I was a criminal and I saw Angela Lansbury, I would wrap that up because she is going to solve it. And if you see like Andy Griffith show up in that little like powder blue suit, you need to just wrap up your misdoings because he's gonna fix it.
So Chris settled it. He said, I went onto the Lodge YouTube channel and found 2 videos where they say their company name. It's just like Lodge, like a camping lodge, pronounced like just normal.
So I've got it. Lodge.
You got it. You're right. I'm wrong. Do you have a
Where's my balloons that are supposed to fall?
Many North Carolina fans said, I remember Dark Shadows in black and white.
Yes. Okay, wait. Now, Dark Shadows, isn't that where Johnny Depp did like a movie based on Dark Shadows, right?
Yeah. Julie said, your backyard project looks great. Are the bricks still lined up? For now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. I was so proud. And I do think that it makes it so much easier to park the trailer. Oh, did you tell them we left the sign at the camping thing?
Yeah.
We went camping and
fortunately, we got it.
We have a giant metal sign and then and then sometimes I think that because we were so close and it was quick, you got to be more careful.
Yeah.
When you get used to stuff where you're like, well, I'm close to home, like I'm fine. Like, no, you want to make sure everything is still secure as if you were going on a long trip. It's those like quick things where you're like, I got this. I don't got this.
Yeah.
Like
I left a bunch of stuff at home.
Big mistakes.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you could go back and forth, but it's frustrating. So
well, what if we were 3 hours away?
That would suck. Well, see, the thing is that you're more careful
when
you are going to be 3 hours away. So we need to get careful locally But right, like I wonder how much time like I waste and gas I waste because I'm like, oh, I forgot something, like back and forth, even at work.
Right.
Like, oh, I need to just have a checklist.
My solution, like if I'm doing like some kind of a project, is buy everything I possibly could need so that I don't have to go back to the store. But then I forget to go back to the store to return all the stuff that I didn't.
And then you're
need.
like, I've got all this stuff
now
I
I've
don't
got
need.
all these extra pieces.
Yeah.
Like I did that putting the refrigerator in. We bought like a bunch like out. Well, I'm not quite sure. Do I need 3/4 inch? Do I need 1/2 inch? Let me buy them all. Now I'm stuck with a bunch of extra fittings.
I'm sure we'll use it at some point.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Keto Banger said, what was the middle of the day crime show with Tom Bosley and the Nun?
Oh.
Yes. I used to watch that all the time.
It wasn't him. It was like the Father something mysteries. The Father something.
Now I got to look it up.
Now, Tom Bosley is the priest.
Yes. Blue Dove, how did we resolve disagreements before the internet?
So before IMDb, did we just like have to leave movie questions unresolved? Like I mean, even my parents would go back and forth on IMDb. Like once IMDb was available, like I'm looking everything up. Like who is the guy that is in this movie? Like you got
Father Dowling Mysteries.
Father Dowling Mysteries.
Google's awesome.
Google is awesome.
Of course, I probably
rely on
didn't have to type anything. I probably could have just opened up Google and it would have.
I used to go to libraries. I used to have a set of encyclopedias, and now, like it's like anything that takes more than 30 seconds of research. I'm like, oh, I'm out. I'm exhausted. What is this? A term paper? It's like, hello.
Oh my gosh! So
how about enjoy the education process?
I gotta tell you this. So the thing with I was saying, like, you know, you probably didn't even have to type anything. You could have just opened Google and it heard us talking about that.
Yeah.
So last week I was driving with Anthony. We were talking about something. You and me and Anthony in front of my phone. We got in the car and we were talking about a store that we never would go to.
Okay.
We got in the car.
Like an
I
adult
hooked my
store?
phone up to like the Apple Play in my car. And it said it gave me the directions to that store, which I never typed in or any. Even Anthony was like, "Okay, that's freaky."
That is freaky.
Yeah,
that is freaky.
It was like, you are 10 minutes away from this store. I'm like, but I never Googled how to get into that store or anything like that.
I've noticed lately that like instead of me asking Alexa about stuff, she just drops in. She's just dropping in on conversations.
I'm getting rid of Alexa.
She is just dropping in. Like, hey, might I suggest? It's like, no. We were talking about something that you're not a part of.
Jamie said, my uncle recorded all the soaps and The Price is Right in the early 80s. He told me he could fast forward live TV.
You know, he's ahead of its time.
He absolutely was.
I love The Price is Right, except I think it was a declaration of war whenever you would go down the entire line and then you'd have that one person that's like, and 50 cents or and 1 penny. That person should not, you're out. You're out of the competition. Like, you need to make a real bet. Don't just try to underbet or overbet everybody by a penny. That's not playing.
Shelly said, Star Trek is my jam.
Would that be your, well, it's like
I watched
a story.
The original Star Trek. I could not get into any of the newer Star Treks.
They kind of build on one another, right?
Yeah, but I need the original ones.
The original, like with Captain Kirk. Mm-hmm. You think that he's a better one than Picard?
I watched one episode of the new ones and said they're horrible.
You mean Jean-Luc?
All of
Picard.
Them. All
like,
of them.
no.
All
I
of
think
them.
he's better.
No.
I'm not a Shatner guy.
Original Star Wars. Original Star Trek. All the new stuff, garbage.
Really?
All the new stuff.
Feel strongly
garbage.
About it.
Very strong about it.
Okay.
Very strong about it. Like, greatest Star Trek ever, Star Trek 2 movie with the Wrath of Khan. Like,
yeah, I love that. I love that.
Gave me
Search
horrible nightmares with the earwigs.
Yes. Oh my gosh. How many people, like, once they had the earwig thing, was like, don't come near my ears. Like, I actually would try to find, like, earplugs.
Janelle said, growing up, my parents loved Doctor Who.
Yes.
I thought it was weird until they did the revamp in 2005.
I'm all about Doctor Who.
Older Pennsylvania said, I was surprised when I realized that the Father Brown actor was in Harry Potter.
Father Brown actor is in Harry Potter. Who was it? Are you talking about... Huh? Who is in Harry Potter?
I don't know. I can Google it.
Oh, wait a second. I think I know. Isn't it? Yes, the Father Brown is actually the dad from Rupert Grint's dad. He's the redheaded, the Weasleys.
I don't know any of these people.
He's the dad from the Weasleys.
Rhonda said, I was Elvis Presley, Flying Nun, loved Flying Nun, South Pacific Musical, and Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
The oldest brother in the original Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, like, he scares me. He's got a weird mouth. He scares me a little bit. I feel like he could hurt somebody. He's got, like, very big teeth for his face.
Big Brother is watching. Absolutely.
It's crazy, right?
Google is scary. Facebook is the worst.
Yeah.
And Blaine said, people wonder why I refuse to use Apple products.
Paula says, our Alexa flirts with my husband. He will try to say something like, tell my wife I'm right. And it's like, I can't help you with that. And it's like, really? Because you can help me with a lot of other things.
So it's funny Blaine said that about the Apple products because, you know, I mean, a lot of people know that, like, you have Apple is in, like, a major war with Zuckerberg, right? Because of, like, the whole leak thing in Facebook.
Name.
And
Love
so what did
Zuckerberg.
Apple do? They come out with this thing that, like, you now have to tell your apps it's okay for the other apps to look at other apps. So, like,
Don't look at my
Facebook,
app.
when you put in the
Look
new
at my
software, Facebook, it actually says, do you give Facebook permission to spy on the other applications on your phone?
Take over
Which
my life.
everybody is saying no.
Okay.
They can't do that.
Oh,
The
we should've said
problem
no.
is Facebook owns everything.
Yes, they do.
They own, like, Instagram, and, you know, they're in cahoots with so many people. It's almost impossible to get away from
Those
Facebook.
are Facebook's glasses. You don't even own those.
Probably. Mini North Carolina fan said, I loved
Elvis,
Gidget, loved Gidget, Barbara Streisand,
Barbara.
Cary Grant, and all the musicals.
I love me some Cary Grant. Like, what are your favorite Cary Grant movies? I liked Arsenic and Old Lace. I love, he didn't do Pillow Talk. That was Rock Hudson was in Pillow Talk. I'm trying to think. That Touch of Mink. That was a Cary Grant one with Doris Day. I love Doris Day movies.
Miriam said, I kind of like how my GPS knows where I'm going to go next. Keto Chow, this school, that school, the other school, Texas Roadhouse. It pops up with us.
Yes.
Yeah, ours does too. It's not an Apple thing. It's just all our phones spy on us.
It's like, you're going to Lowe's? Probably?
Yeah.
Going to Home Depot again?
Shona said, I nanny for the lady who casts the Star Trek TV shows and early movies.
Wow. How cool is that?
I'm waiting for... Question, time for a change. Is there going to be a change? I've made lots of changes last few weeks and loving it.
Yeah.
That was I couldn't think of what to put as a title today.
Time to change.
Time for a change. So.
What are you changing, sir?
Wives?
You're stuck with this one.
It's just a new month, new outlook on things, trying to, like, narrow in on, like, you know, what our eating plan is, and trying to cut back a little bit on extra sweeteners and stuff. Like, got way overboard with extra sweeteners.
My sweet tooth can go 0 to 80 in no time flat.
Chris said 5 of the brothers were dancers. Adam and Benjamin are not. Every time there's a fancy acrobatic scene, you're going to see Benjamin
like he's just clapping
to the music.
Like, you know, just doing like the, like, all right, yeah, just act like you're moving back and forth. You're bopping. Ooh.
Janelle said we had to turn our Alexa off at night because she would wake us up in the middle of the night saying, I can't help you with that. Super creepy.
What is she, like, okay, so I had an Elmo, that doll that did not know when it was, like, nighttime or daytime and would, like, arbitrarily start talking. So that Elmo had to be removed from the premises because I was pretty sure that it was, like, corrupted. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Yeah. I love Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Adalia said Dick Van Dyke is where it's at.
Yes, Dick Van Dyke. I am all about him. Well, and he had a show too for a long time. What was his Diagnosis Murder, right? Wasn't he Diagnosis Murder? And he actually was with his son in that show. His real life son.
Caboodle said, I'm a Gene Kelly fan. Singing in the Rain on my face.
Singing in the Rain. I liked him.
Shona said, being single, people always ask when I travel, do I really want to post my whereabouts?
Yes.
I said yes. Then if I disappear while traveling, I have a trail of crumbs.
My mom now, like, she will post, and she will actually send it to different, like, friends. Like, hey, just want to let you know this is where I'm going this morning. She'll send it to us, too. Like, hey, just want you to know, like, I'm getting some exercise in. I'm over right here at this park.
So, okay.
I never think that that's a bad thing. Like, I always want to make sure. Like, hey, I'm over here.
Do you have anything special to talk about?
Well, just that I'm excited about the Zoom. And then I'm also excited about our live streams with all of the different movies. I think that, like, I really felt better sitting down and talking about some of the things that came up in The Parent Trap.
Yep.
Because it was things that I've struggled with. And I'd like to move forward. I would like to visit those things and then close the door on that chapter and, like, walk away from it and say, like, okay, this is the situation. The biggest one for me was that feeling that it's not fair. It's not always fair. I always want everything to be fair.
Right.
So sometimes, like, I get frustrated by that.
Right.
And, like, for instance, if you're like, well, I've been really committed to stay on track. And so in my mind, there should be a reward of a certain amount of pounds, inches lost, a certain amount of muscle gained if things are fair. If I'm putting in this effort, like, it should be fair. And it's like, it's not always fair.
Right.
Sometimes you have to do more than you planned. But instead of just focusing on where my life is not fair in the negative, I don't necessarily think about where's my life unfair in the positive.
Right.
Like, it is not fair how great my kids are. It is not fair that we have a great relationship. It's not fair. There's other people in the world that don't have great kids.
Right.
And we have them, and that's not fair. But I'm not, like, making sure that that's fair, right? Like, sometimes I only focus on what's negative, and
Right.
I need to focus on what's positive.
That's a good way to look at it. I think, let's see.
Black and white movies is where it's at.
Jerry said Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was based on a book from Ian Fleming, writer of James
wow.
Bond films. It was directed by Albert Chubby Broccoli and Harry Saltzman, directors of the Bond franchise.
Who
That's
would
cool.
actually think that? Because, I mean, I guess but it's not adventurous like
No, it's very different.
the Bond movies.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, we're going to get off. Just a reminder, if you didn't see it in the live stream from yesterday for, I think it's labeled Camp Crazy Buddy Check or something like that, we're giving away a week's supply of Keto Brick supplied by Keto Brick. So we're giving one week away. The drawing is on Sunday, so head on over to yesterday's video. Leave a comment. You have to live in the United States. We will pick the winner on Sunday's live stream. And then we will have one more weeks of Keto Brick to give away at some point coming up. Anything else real quick before we leave?
Good night, Tenley.
Good night.
Sweet
Good night.
dreams.
Okay, we're going to get off for our Patreon members, 5 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. I guess we're doing a Zoom call. I guess that's how we're doing it. We're doing a Zoom call, right?
Yes, we are. But we have to, but when we close out, can we say goodnight to Tenley, who's getting ready to go to bed?
Okay.
All right. Good night, Tenley.
Good night.
Sleep good.
Bye, guys.